Hey everybody, Zach here from Reptile Creation. Today I got Mace here with me, my Uromastyx, and I'm gonna talk about how I've gone through hand training him. When I first got Mace, he was super skittish. The person who kept him before me, although fantastic husbandry, they didn't handle him, so he was not very socialized at all. So I didn't actually get to see him doing anything at all for the first few months that I had him. I'd open my reptile room door, and if he was out at his food dish or anything like that, he'd just take off as soon as I came in. He heard anything, saw anything at the door, he'd be in his hide. And it was a real bummer because, you know, he's a really, really cool looking lizard. He's got some very nice bright oranges on his sides and on his tail and everything. And, you know, I just didn't get to observe him at all, which was, like I said, a real bummer. So I went through long process of hand training him and socializing him to having me with my hands in his terrarium. And he's getting a little squirmy, so I'm going to put him down in here and we're going to go over what I did to get him to be okay with me picking him up, because he's definitely a lot more alright with me. So here we go. Alright, so when I first started trying to get him accustomed to having my hands in the terrarium, like I said before, he would just take off as soon as I came in the room, so I didn't even have a chance to get in here like this. Like, see, he's a little jumpy still, but he's not doing anything now. So this is a huge improvement compared to when I first got him. When I'd come in the room, like I said, he'd be in his hide, so he didn't even get a chance to see my hands like this. So what I started doing first was, when I fed him, so I've got his food dish here with his greens, I would make sure that he saw me touching them and putting them in the dish and stuff like that. I'd make sure I dropped food in front of him. I'd even take little bits of greens and put them near him, just like that, just so he could see. I'd obviously be doing this right in front of the entranceway of the hide, but, you know, just so that he'd see that I was giving him something. He still doesn't go for food, really, out of my hands, but, you know, I just wanted him to see that I was bringing that in. Next, after he kind of got used to me enough to stay out in his terrarium, I would just put my hand on a rock near him like this. So he'd just get to see me doing this, and then I'd progressively try and get my hand closer and closer. And he was always very jumpy at this, and you know, it took months and months of doing this because he was so skittish. Then, once I got to this point, I started to be able to try and get my hand on top of him. And he's still quite nervous about this, but the other day, he actually started to angle his belly up towards me and let me stroke his belly a little bit. And then I started to realize that he kind of liked a rough scratch more than just a light touch. So what I've done, I'm trying to get my hand, I just touch his feet with my hand that's sitting in front of him, and then I give him a scratch on the back. So this is just completely different than when I got him. I do try and avoid touching the base of his tail, because the further you go down the back, he gets a little bit more nervous, but I'm starting to be able to do that. See, there. When you touch his tail, he definitely takes off on you, but he's going into his little digging spot there to get away from me, so I'm going to leave him alone. That's pretty much how I've progressed through caring for this guy and trying to get him hand-trained. And hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think about hand-training your moody lizards, and hopefully I can help some people out with this video. Have a good one, guys.